So today I'm going to be doing one of my usual unboxing and setup videos, and today it's going to be on the new Motorola G56. Now Motorola were kind enough to send this over for the purposes of this video, so we're just going to whip the old boy out the box, go through the setup process and just give you a bit of an idea of what this phone's about ahead of my full review. So if you want to see that one, definitely get subscribed. Let's get into it. Okay, so here is the brand new Motorola G56 that Motorola were kind enough to send over for the purposes of this video. Now they've sent over the model with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and we've got it in the Pantone Grey Mist, and is available in a few other colors as well. It is available with up to 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, but depending on your region, that of course isn't going to be available everywhere. Now, this box has previously been opened. It's obviously been sent to other reviewers, but this is definitely what it's going to be like when you lift it up. So you'll have the phone on top, but you will originally have this bit on the screen. And then the phone comes pre-clad in a clear case, which I will just whip off for the minute. And then it's got that sort of faux leathery, plasticky back. Nice looking phone. Typical design found on other Motorola devices. Set that aside for a second, and then we'll just lift up that, and then you just get your USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and then under here somewhere is your SIM pin as well and your energy rating information. So we'll just pop that aside for a second, and here is the Motorola G56. No pre-applied screen protector, and then we'll just power her on. So Motorola have gone back up in size with this G56. It's got a big 6.72 inch display, whereas the G55 felt a little bit more compact with a 6.5 inch display, and I actually really liked the design of that phone. So you've got an IPS LCD display with 120 Hz refresh rate. So it's just a standard IPS display. And I can't go through the setup process because it's already been set up apparently. But of course, the usual setup bits when you're setting up any phone is going to be very much the same. Going through your Google information, Wi-Fi information, setting up Google Assistant, all that sort of stuff. But here we have the G56 as you would find it out of the box. Let's just whip that brightness down just a tad. There we go. So as you can swipe up from the apps tray, there's not a huge amount on the phone, but unfortunately there is a few preloaded games on the phone. So you've got Ball Sort Puzzle, Block Blast, Monopoly, Tile Explorer. That's just something that Motorola are doing now, although they never used to, which is a bit of a shame. And then if you get rid of that, of course you can swipe over to get to your Google feed if you are connected to the Wi-Fi, which is something that you would typically do when you're setting up the phone. So give me a sec and I will just pop in my Wi-Fi so I can actually do some stuff via the web. Okay, so I've popped my Wi-Fi information in, so hopefully now I can swipe to the left to get to your Discover feed, which will just give you a little bit of information on various news events that they think will be what you'd be interested in reading about. For me, it certainly isn't going to be football, but that just gives you a bit of an idea. So the G56 is running the MediaTek Dimensity 7060, which I'd imagine is probably just going to be a slight variation of the 7025 found in the G55. And then if I just go into settings, scroll down to about phone. So then we've got 8 gigs of RAM, and you can boost it with an extra 4 gigs with the RAM boost. How much that's actually going to do? Probably not a huge amount. And then you get a 50 megapixel rear camera with an 8 megapixel ultra wide. And then you just get a 32 megapixel selfie camera, 2400 by 1080, 120 Hz display, 256 gigs of storage, and there is the option to add a micro SD card as well to expand that storage. So if we just go into system, no, wrong one, let's go back. System updates, check for updates. Now it is currently doing an update of some description. So it includes updates of security patches through March 2025. So not particularly up to date, but nevertheless, it is an update. It might have one or two more after that as well. So then if we just go through the usual settings, bits and bobs. Now I'm not going to go through every single bit because it's going to be basically the same. You've got your usual Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings. You've got your personalization options, which you can get to via your settings menu and personalize, or you can go into your Moto folder and you can go to the Motorola Experiences app, which if I just go through the boring bits, personalize, but if you swipe up, you've got a shortcut to some of your other personalization options. So we'll jump back into personalize, and then it will allow you, of course, to change your wallpaper, change your themes, font, icon shape, theme colors, lock screen information. You can change the layout, have multiple different amounts of icons on your screen, sounds, display and text, and dark mode, etc. And then if you go back, you can go to gestures, which some of these are some of my favorites. So you've got the fast torch, which is so cool. Just chop to do that. And then you've also got the spin the phone really quickly to open the camera. And then you've got lift to unlock, which I will turn on. And you've got enable face unlock, which I'm not going to do. So typically you would enable face unlock to then enable raise to wake, etc., which I'm not going to do just yet. Flip for do not disturb, pick up to silence, swipe to split, etc. You can turn on the sidebar, which on a lot of all these different phones just gives you a quick access to some of your most commonly used apps. And of course you can edit it by tapping down here, and then you can check them all around, change them all around, put whatever you want on there, etc. So I'll turn that off just for the moment. And then if we go back to tips, basically if you're new to a Motorola device, this just goes through some of the bits and bobs with regards to the software experience, etc., how to navigate yourself around, which I'm not going to go into too much detail yet. Then you've got display information. So you can twiddle with your lock screen bits and bobs, and attentive display, which basically keeps the screen as is when you're looking at it. I will keep that off, sorry, for the moment. And then you've got some media controls with regards to your Dolby Atmos and all your other media controls as well, which I won't go into too much just yet. So that's just your Moto Experiences app. If I jump into the settings a little bit more, you can of course get to them, personalized display, home and lock screen, all the bits and bobs there. And then of course you've got your sound and vibration bits and bobs. You can turn off the vibration and haptics when you're typing, because quite often in these budget devices, the haptics and the vibration motors inside aren't particularly great. So that's one of the first things I do, so it's not vibrating every time you're tapping on the display. Battery information. So you get a large 5200 milliamp hour battery inside this G56, a bit of an upgrade from the 5000 found in the G55, but you do get the same, what's it called? Fast charging, that's the one. Faster 30 watt, the same fast 30 watt charging. God, I couldn't get my words out. So yes, you get the same 30 watt charging, not the fastest on the market, of course, but it's fast enough to get you charged up pretty quickly. And then you can go down to storage. It will give you information of what's using up the storage. In the case of this, it's the system, Android 15, etc., using the bulk of the storage. And then once you start putting obviously videos and documents and audio and all that sort of stuff on there as well. So yeah, that's in a nutshell, that's just very quickly the G56. This isn't a big in-depth video. I just wanted to kind of whip it out of the box and just show you what the phone looks like really. Oh, let's just quickly do the fingerprint scanner actually. So what I will probably have to do, if I can find it, security and privacy, is I will have to set a lock screen. So we'll just do a pattern very quickly just so that I can do the fingerprint scanner. Show sensitive only when unlocked, and then device unlock, fingerprint, do your pattern. Let's set it up just so we can see. Found the sensor, and then you just got to literally just move your thumb around so it can register all parts of your thumb, and it will tell you when you've got to move it around, if you've touched the same place too many times, etc. Come on, right, let's go further up there then, shall we? And then do the edges, unless it's going to tell me to do the edges afterwards. No, it's all done. So I'm not going to add another one, but you can if you want to. So then it's not too bad. You get a little bit of haptic feedback when it registers, and then of course it opens your phone as well. So let's just grab the box, and then I will take just a very quick photo using that 50 megapixel main camera, the 8 megapixel ultra wide, and then of course you've got a 2x crop, and I will also do a selfie as well. So let's have a look at those photos. So that's the selfie there. Doesn't look too bad considering the lighting conditions are a bit pup in my little office space. Oh, wrong way. And then that's the 2x crop, the ultra wide, which is just 8 megapixels. And then of course you've got the 1x photo as well. Of course, I will be dropping a more in-depth review, so definitely get subscribed to see that, where I will be going through more of the features of this G56. But for the time being, that's just the G56 out of the box, and just a few of the customization options that you can do, typically what you'll be doing on other Motorola's and other Android phones in general. But definitely get subscribed, like I said, to see my full review on this phone, and I will hopefully see you in the next video.